All right, everybody. Hey, Aaron Hunziker here. Just want to make sure, can everybody see my screen? Just type in yes in the chat box. If you can see my screen, let me know. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So you guys know the routine. We've got the question box. That's how we're going to respond back and forth. I'm going to take the Forex market just a little bit further than William did, in the sense that not only are we a technology-driven company here at Market Traders Institute, not only are we a mentorship company, but we're an education company, because a key component in understanding trading is not only having the right tools and technology like William just discussed, but also having the proper education that goes right along with it. So let me give you a little bit deeper dive, though, of understanding who we are at Market Traders Institute. But let me first say, when it comes to trading, when it comes to investing, never ever invest money that you cannot afford to lose. You must always trade with what is called equity management in mind. And the reason for that is you're going to see even the most sophisticated traders in the world, the best traders in the world, they incur losses. That's part of being a trader. However, we are an educational company, and a huge part of our education is based on that equity management, how we properly maximize gains and minimize losses. Now, in my time here together with you guys here today, this webinar, my portion is really designed for one thing. I know a lot of you are equities traders. We got a lot of new people logging on that are trading different asset classes. My portion of this is talk about the Forex market, right? And how you can use the Forex market to generate pips and profits in these markets. Now, I know I got a lot of you that are current traders. You're struggling, you need help. But I also know we have a lot of new people in here that have never made a trade in their life. They've never even heard of the Forex market before. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to learn about this market, which I believe is the best market in the world, and all the benefits that go right alongside of it. So I'm excited to share that with all of you guys here today. And on top of that, we've got a pretty unique opportunity to get built into our trading platform, an automated component, okay, that trades a little bit different than what William talked about, which we call the six-figure max system. And this has been generating pips and profits in these markets in the last couple of days, fully automated, over 1,400 pips. So we're going to talk about how you can get an opportunity to use this automation for the next 60 days risk-free, and really get deep diving into these types of results that are generated in these markets. So again, this is a live presentation. We all know today's date is February 20th. We're at about 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, very quickly, who am I? Why should you guys listen to me? My name is Aaron Hunziker. I'm going to be your host. I've been involved in the financial industry now for coming up on 26 years. I have traded every single asset class that there is. I've had an awesome opportunity to travel extensively across North America to lecture in front of close to 50,000 people. I currently have students all around the world that I work with, from Africa to Asia to New Zealand, across Europe, across North America. And I get to play a really cool part in their journey of learning this skill of trading the Forex market. And that's what's great about this, is it is a skill. You know, it's something that I'm passing along to my kids. It's passing along to a lot of different families and so on, because once you learn a skill like this of trading, again, it's something that nobody can take away from you. You know, your boss can't fire you from it. Your business partner can't steal it. And it's truly a skill. Trading is a skill, and we are the best in the world at teaching and trading and educating skilled Forex traders. Now, I don't trade all day long. You know, I like to set it and forget it, so to speak. My primary focus is obviously my family, having fun. We love to travel, and I'm blessed to be able to work with great people here at MTI. Now, we at Market Traders Institute, we're not brokers. We can help you get a broker. That's very simple. If you're new to the Forex market, we work with brokers all over the world. What we focus on, as I said a moment ago, is the skill of trading. We develop skilled traders. And we believe, being a skilled trader, there's three important parts. If you leave out one of these parts, you're due to either take a longer time to achieve your results, or you're just going to crash and burn, right? And a lot of you probably have done that with accounts. So the way that we develop skilled traders, and have been for going to be 26 years in April, is through, number one, education. Education. We're one of the best Forex traders in the educational companies in the world. We're one of the only companies certified to teach Forex trading at major universities all over the world. Our education is brilliant. It's interactive. It's live market. And then it continues once you become a student at our organization at Market Traders Institute. Education is one of the principles of the building blocks to become a successful Forex trader. The second is software, technology, trading platforms. We're developers of technical indicators. We build trading platforms. We don't go get free charts online. We don't go out, we build them. That's the benefit we have of having a huge client base around the world. We listen to our clients. You know, we have focus groups. We dream every day of how can we build better technology to better serve our clients to get better results in the markets. But to me, the biggest and most important thing is mentoring and coaching. Every single student that comes on board to our organization has a personal coach and a mentor whose primary focus is to help them achieve results as soon as possible in these markets. And you're going to see on beyond our individual coaching, we also go live in these markets around the world, around the clock, supporting our students in our coaching programs. Again, April will be 26 years. We got a big celebration going on for our 26-year anniversary. We're based out of Central Florida, Orlando, Florida. We have a beautiful training facility here. I'd love to have you come down and take some of our classes, learn from us right here on our campus. Got about 220 employees. We're growing and growing and growing. Inc. magazine ranks us every year as one of the biggest, the best, the fastest growing companies that's out there. We're founded by Jared Martinez, who's a pioneer in the Forex world, considered to be one of the best Forex traders in the world, incredible teacher, mentor in these markets. And we got an incredible team of people here. But the one that I want to really focus on right now is this guy right here, Mr. Chris Pulver. Chris Pulver runs a flex trading room, a trading room that our students use. And in his trading room last year, he generated over 31,000 pips. Now, I know a lot of you are new to the Forex, so I'm going to explain to you in a little bit more detail what a pip is and how those turns into profits. But 31,000 pips he gave out in his live trading room last year. That's over $310,000 of profits in the Forex market. So Chris, my friend right here, is an incredible mentor and teacher and trader to our students. Now, he is leading a trade right now that is on the move, that is generating massive pips in these markets. It's moved about 2,000 pips in the last couple of weeks, over $20,000. But the next 30 days are going to be the next big opportunity. There's some economic news that's rolling out as we move in the next week. And on top of that, there's some global events that are going down that are going to affect these positions. So we're zeroing in on the next move of upwards of 3,700 more pips in 30 days. That's about $37,000 worth of potential profit in the next 30 days. So what we're doing is tomorrow, we've got a live 1-hour session at 2 o'clock. And we're going to update the current positions in these trades, when we're buying, when we're selling. We're even going to provide the workspaces so people can trade right alongside of us. So what I want to do to everybody in this presentation, I'd like to invite you to get in this live session tomorrow. If you'd like an opportunity to do so, just type in your telephone number, type in the word live, type in Chris, just something to let the folks running the investor inspiration that you'd like an opportunity to be in there, and we will do so. It's going to be quick. It's going to be about 1 hour. It's not going to be any fluff. It's going to be pure trading, pure setups, pure opportunity. And what you're going to see through this short time that I have together with you here today is results in these markets. That's one of the great things about the history that we have, the way that we go live in the market every single day with our students. Our students generate results. And that's a big reason why, again, we're going to celebrate our 26 years. You're going to see, and I'm going to take you right into our Facebook community, and I'm going to show you students posting in their own words results in these markets following that 3-step process. Number 1, education. Number 2, using incredible technology, cutting edge technology. But number 3, mentoring and coaching. Because when you align those 3 things together, you have an opportunity to earn 50,000 pips like Ad, students making over 130,000 pips in a year. Those are real people that are students of ours in these markets, and we're very proud of that. So my promise to you is in my short time here together today, I'll give all of you an opportunity. If you like what you see, to come experience that process of education, technology, and mentoring, and do it all for the next 60 days. Because that's really what you need. You need a little bit of time to analyze what we do, how we do it, learn our concepts of rules-based trading, and get into these markets and generate an opportunity to make some pips and profits. So again, we'll talk about how you can do that. And if you'd like to be in that session tomorrow, one more time, type in your telephone number in the question box. Now, because I know there's a lot of people in this presentation that are not Forex traders, and we got a lot of people logging in and out, let me quickly go over why the Forex market, as opposed to other asset classes, as opposed to stocks, options, futures. You know, my experience has shown me over the last 26 years, the biggest thing that the Forex market attracts people to is the advantages that it brings. And this is something that the big money learned a long time ago, about 30 years ago. The big banks, big lending institutions, the private equity firms, the hedge funds, governments, they all learned about 30 years ago about these advantages. And it's only, you know, recent that a lot of average people are learning about the opportunity in the Forex market. I'm going to give you a few of these advantages, and I'm going to save the biggest for last. But one of those advantages is clearly liquidity. Liquidity simply means that you can enter and exit the market anytime that you want. There's always buyers, always sellers. You can always access your cash. See, in the stock world, you have to wait for settlement. A lot of you know that, 3 days to get your money. Not in the Forex world. You make a sale instantly, you can reinvest. It's also the most flexible market in the world. It's a 24-hour day market. For an example, here in the United States, and I know we got a lot of people globally in this presentation, the Forex market opens up Sunday afternoon at 5 o'clock. It'll stay open all night, all morning, all day, every day till Friday at 5 o'clock. So literally, it's a 24-hour day market. So you can trade at 10 o'clock at night after you've tucked your kids into bed. You can trade in the middle of the night. A lot of our U.S. students love getting up and trading our London daybreak strategy in the middle of the night. Or you can trade in the middle of the day. Obviously, that creates a lot more opportunity globally because it's a 24-hour day market. Now, it's also the largest market in the world. It's a $6.6 trillion market. That means every 24 hours, over $6.6 trillion exchanging hands. I mean, you can add up all the other exchanges and it's not even close. But focus to me is a major advantage. Major advantage. Again, I'm not picking on equities because equities is a brilliant asset class. Obviously, an enormous amount of wealth. I taught options. I taught stocks for a lot of years. It's just more work. It's more work because there's more to consider. There's a lot more stocks and to invest in, to analyze, to break down, right? A lot of different sectors. In the Forex world, there's only 61 currency pairs available to trade. And as I start to show you results from our students, and I'm going to take you, as I said, right into Facebook, I'm going to show you students making money in the last 24 hours, the last 10 days, the last 2 weeks already this year, how we finished 2019 strong. Those students are making the large percentage of those results off of only 8 currency pairs. 8. So if you're focused in on 8 opportunities for the most part, that leaves you more time to focus on what is important. And what is important to trading is the skill of trading. And nobody develops rounded, skilled traders through education, tools and technology and mentoring like us. And the results speak for themselves. So I'm excited to share with you a little bit how we do it, some of our approaches, and give you an opportunity, if you'd like, to come on board and use us for the next 60 days and go see how many pips you can accumulate side by side with us. So real quick, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my charts. Obviously here, William demonstrated some of this here at Market Traders Institute. We use Smart Trader. It's our proprietary technology. It's our tools. It's our indicators. It's our baby. We've put 10 years of building this out, millions and millions of dollars. We're very proud of this technical platform that we've built. It's all cloud-based technology, which means that it's all fully accessible on your iPhones, your Androids, your Macs, your PCs. You can take it with you anywhere you want to go, right? And that allows us to be connected dynamically to our students around the world. Because as I said, we've got students everywhere, and I mean everywhere. When we do our trainings and we do our education, we will have people literally logging into our live trading sessions from all over the world. That's a pretty unique community. So this is Smart Trader. Now, one of the cool advantages of Smart Trader is it also not only analyzes every single currency pair, every time frame. You can get stock feeds for it, so you can trade stocks and options for it, and then analyze over 30 cryptocurrencies as well, which is pretty cool. So again, I know a lot of new people are in the presentation that have not ever traded. So again, if you're new to looking at charts right here, when we look at a chart like this and we look at the Forex market specifically, we're trading one currency versus another. And like any other market, we're looking to buy when the market is moving up, the old buy low, sell high, right? Well, there's a lot of money to be made in the Forex market as well when we can reverse and we can sell, we can short into the market and make money in a downward turn. Now, here's the key. As a Forex trader, you've got a very specific job. Your job is to capture pips. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little more update. I know a lot of people might have heard what William was talking about. We got a lot of new people logging in. A pip, for those of you that are new, that don't know anything about the Forex, is an acronym for price, interest, point. Price, interest, point. Okay, now I'm not going to break down how pips are factored, not in this presentation. It's not necessary. It just takes too much time. In your education, you'll learn how all of that gets factored. All you really need to know about pips, honestly, in order to make money in the Forex market, specifically pips, is they're good. Your job is to capture as many pips as you can when the market is trending up, and you want to capture as many pips as you can when the market is trending down. I'll show you how pips turn into profits, how pips turn into money that you can spend to, buy groceries, fund your retirement account, pay for your automobile, whatever you're looking to do to spend money on. I'll show you how pips turn in to money that you can actually spend. But your job is to capture pips. Now, I also know there's a lot of new people in here that have never traded, let alone the Forex. So if you're just looking at charts, right, let me expound on a couple things that William talked about. Over here on the right-hand side, we've got a representation of price. Along the bottom is a representation of time. Now, right here in the middle of the screen, you can see we got a watermark, which is the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we're looking at the 1 hour chart. But what we're focusing in on here, again, are these Japanese candlesticks. And I like to make mine blue and green so they kind of pop a little bit better on the screen. So we got these blue and green Japanese candlesticks. Now, Japanese candlesticks, for those of you that are just learning, they're a visual representation of how much the market has moved within a particular period of time. Because we are on a 1 hour chart, these are representative 1 hour candlesticks. If we were on a weekly chart, these would be weekly candlesticks. If we were on a 5-minute chart, they would be 5-minute candlesticks. Now, candlesticks, they form in patterns. And the way that they form in patterns speaks to us as traders. It lets us know when there's a shift of trend, shift of energy, change of momentum in the market. And we can use that information to apply to our skill to, again, execute to make those trades, right? Up or down, either direction. The great thing about Smart Trader, and again, I'm going to give you an opportunity to use it for the next 60 days, is Smart Trader identifies all the patterns. The automation, the ease of this is just, it's so user-friendly. You're going to love it. So play around with it, have fun. All I want you to think about right now as it relates to candlesticks and candlestick formations for the purpose of this presentation is they're like the sign language of the market, sign language of the market. And if I click on one, like this green one right here, you can see that that candle is from November 7th. Okay, and that candle had an open, a high, a low, and a close. Now, what does all of that mean? What that means is this particular candlestick, it opened up right here. It opened up right here. Now, if you look closely, a lot of these candles, if you're new, those lines coming off the bottom, those are called candle wicks, W-I-C-K. This candle opened up, moved down for a low, moved up for a high, settled in, and it closed green, which means over the last hours, the buyers are in control. The momentum, the energy was moving into this candlestick. We trended up. Well, when one candle closes, instantly another candle will open. So our next candle opens up, moves up for a high, moves down for a low, settles in and it closes blue. The sellers were in control. The momentum, the energy was moving out of the currency pair. We trended down. So candlesticks and candlestick formations, again, the easiest way to think of them are they are the sign language of the market. They are the sign language of the market. Now, real quick, before we get into what's moving in the market right now, and I start to introduce you to our education and how our live trading, I mean, we trade around the world, around the clock with our students, how all of that works. In fact, right now, while you're listening to me, we're live trading with students around the world. How all of that works, I need everybody, because we do have a lot of new people in here, to understand how the mechanics of a Forex trade works, how pips turn into profits, and then we'll get into the fun stuff. So I'm not going to do any analysis first. Let me just show you how this works. Let's just say, for example, we made a trade and we bought into this currency pair right here and we sold right up here, just for an example. And let's say we bought right here and we sold right up here. So the difference between making this trade right here and a buy and selling up here is the difference between the two lines and those two numbers. It's the difference between that number on the right and the number above it on the right. Now, the difference between those two numbers would be the amount of pips that we would profit. Now, we can measure that very clearly right on up, and it's going to tell us all about that right in the middle of the screen. So real quick, let me go over that. I know it's too small for some of you to read. What it's going to tell us is we would have been in this trade, right? We would have bought into this trade November 7th. We would have sold up top there November 7th. We would have profited 66 pips, and we would have been in the trade for 10 bars. Now, bars equal candlesticks. Because we are on a chart where our candlesticks are worth are measured in hours, 10 bars equal 10 hours. So if we would have bought into this trade down here, we would have sold up here, we'd have been in and out of the trade on November 7th, we would have been in it for 10 hours, and we would have made 66 pips. Okay, good. So what does all that mean? For those of you that are new, when we trade in the Forex world, we trade in what are called lot sizes, L-O-T. There are 3 lot sizes. Write these down in your notes. You can trade with what's called a micro lot, a mini lot, or a standard lot. Micro, mini, standard. When you trade with a micro lot, for every investment you make, it's about 20 US dollars, about $20. That's one of the great things about the Forex is it doesn't take a lot of money. You can start small and you can grow your account over time. Now, most of my students, they're going to trade with a mini lot. That's a $200 investment per trade. And a standard lot is a $2,000 investment per trade. Now, each one of these have a different profit value to them. When you trade with a micro lot, for every pip you generate, you're generating 10 cents per pip. 10 cents per pip. Now, that's not a lot of money, right? If we hop over here and we look at this chart, let's say we made our buy, we made our sell, and we invested in a micro lot. So that means we invested, right? We invested $20. Now remember, we're not a broker. We work with brokers all over the world. We can get you a broker, but your broker is going to hold on to your $20. Broker's going to hold on to your $20. Well, we were in that trade for a total of 10 hours, and we made 66 pips. Well, if we are paid 10 cents per pip, that means we just profited $6.60 in this trade in 10 hours. Now, that's not a lot of money, but those of you, obviously you're traders, you know that's a phenomenal return on investment. That's like 45, 46%. Any trader would take that all day long. Here's the cool part, though, is let's say we made the same buy, the same sell. We did everything exactly the same. The only thing we did different is we invest a little bit more money. We invest $2,000 into this trade. So we invest in this trade. It's the same trade, same setup, same everything, other than we invest a little bit more money. We invest in our mini lot. Our broker is going to hold on to the $200 while we're in this trade. We're in the same trade, remember, so it's the same amount of time for 10 hours. We made the same amount of pips, 66 pips. The difference is we took a little bit more risk. Therefore, the market produced a bigger reward. We made the same 66 pips, but we were just paid $1 per pip. So we just profited in 10 hours a $66 profit, okay? Which we do with students all over the world every single day. As you'll see as we go into, and I start to show you into our community of traders and the results and what they post on Facebook every day. It's pretty phenomenal. All right, so there we go. That's trade number 2, opportunity with a mini lot. Well, let's say we made this trade, and the only thing we did differently, buy and sell right here, we don't have to do any more analysis work or anything, is we invested in a standard lot. We invest $2,000 in this trade. So it's the same scenario. Our broker is going to hold on to our trade as we're in it, that standard lot. This time, though, we're investing $2,000. We're in that same trade for 10 hours, okay? We made the same 66 pips. The difference is the market we took a bigger risk because we invested more money. Therefore, the market produced a bigger reward. We made those same 66 pips, but we just were paid $1 per pip. $1 per pip. So that's a game changer right there. Because now we just made on a $2,000 investment a $660 profit. Okay, and this right here, if you're just learning about the Forex market, is the #1 reason why I believe the Forex market is the greatest market in the world. It's the words on the screen right here. Leverage equals buying power. if you don't understand leverage as it relates to investing in your money, you're missing out, because the Forex market gives you more leverage than anything. It actually gives you 50 to 1 in the United States and upwards to 300 to 1 some countries outside of the US. And as we kind of cruise through this presentation here, I'm going to start to show you students making pips and profits in these markets, hundreds of pips a day, thousands of pips a week, 10, 20,000 pips in a month. In a month, students, they're posting that. That's game changing, and that's what we do, and it's all based around three things. And we feel if any one of these is left out, you're not going to hit your goal. You got to have the proper education, you got to have the proper tools and technology, and then you got to have people like Chris Pulver and Jared Martinez, the chief, Tad Devan. You got to have coaches and mentors who are in the market whenever you turn on your charts. Whenever you turn on your charts, you got to have people right there with you. And when those three things are humming along together, that's when you get the big results. So I'm excited to share with you a little bit more how we do it, what we do, some of the approaches we take, and how our technology as well works. And William showed a little bit of it, but let me show you a little bit more of how we kind of measure these markets. One of the things that we love about the Forex market, again, and I know a lot of you are equities traders, but the Forex market to me is the most visual market. The Forex market loves to move in very specific wave patterns, wave-like patterns over and over and over again. And the way that we look at these wave patterns and how we measure these wave patterns is the Forex market makes what are called higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, and it moves in these waves over and over and over and over again, just like that. And what we're looking to do is execute our skill in these markets to apply to when the markets are low and they're starting to trend up. We know the old buy low, sell high, profit that way. And then we can make a lot of money in these markets when the market reverses, and we can sell, we can short into the market and profit in a downward turn. Now, every successful trader must know three things in every successful trade. Okay, you got to know number one, which is overall market direction. Doesn't matter what you're trading, you got to know overall market direction. You have to know also clear entry points. Number two, you got to know when to get in. Okay, to get in. And number three, we got to know when to get out. And we have to know why. Right? You know, amateur traders, they guess, they wonder. We're skilled traders. We need to know why on all of these things too. So we need to know when to get out as well. Now, one of the cool things about what we do, part of our process, is when you come on board today as a student of our organization, you'll find out very, very quickly you're going to have advantages over 90% of the traders that are out there. And the way that we gain those advantages, and this is a black and white business, and I mean, this is buyers and sellers, winners and losers. There's no gray area. Losers pay the winners in this business. So you better have all of the benefits and advantages in your corner. And the way that we develop our skilled traders and have for 2.5 decades, as I said, is through education, number one. We teach a very focused curriculum of education. We go 20 hours before our traders do anything live in the market side by side. That's just step one. Then we have our portals, our online trading through our online university, which is amazing. And then we have our continued education as we move forward. That's one component. The second component that we give our students the edge with, again, is technology. Automation, systems. We've got our own patent pending technology. We've spent a lot of years, a lot of money into building these platforms out. They're incredible, and they give you edges. And I'm going to demonstrate some of those tools in a moment, elaborate on some of what Will showed you. But also, to me, again, and I keep talking about, is people live in the market. Our commitment to our students is every time one of our students opens up the chart, that we are live right there with them in the trading room. They never have to make a decision on their own. So when you line those three things out together, that's how you get the advantages. And for a lot of you logging in, we teach a lot of different concepts, but one of the concepts we love to teach, right, is through Fibonacci analysis. And William touched on some of this, and I want to touch on it just a little bit as well, and maybe elaborate a little bit more, because I know there's a lot of people that don't know about Fibonacci's that are in this presentation, and some of you may. I'll give you this kind of a high-level definition, but I like to think of it this way. And one of the cool things about Fibonacci is our founder, Jared Martinez, is probably considered to be the best Fibonacci trader in the world. in the Forex market, and his results speak for themselves. But Fibonacci analysis, if you're new to this, Google it when I'm done, because it's fascinating when you start to look into it. And if you've heard of it before, be patient with me for just a minute, because I need to educate some of the new people that have logged in. But the concept of Fibonacci analysis through retracements and extensions is built around the findings of this guy right here, Leonardo Fibonacci. He was a 13th century mathematician, and what he discovered is really the world of nature. Everything is connected and everything can be measured because everything in the universe moves in very specific patterns, repeatable patterns. And he found that you could apply mathematical equations and sequences of numbers to measure these patterns. Fibonacci analysis, we've heard it called the golden ratio, nature's numbering system, right? Well, it's based on math is what it is. And what he found that you could apply these mathematical equations to concepts such as, breaking it down to how crops grow, how plants grow in very specific repeatable patterns that can be measured through these mathematical repetition of numbers, how it can be predicted, everything from how animals reproduce in very specific patterns and sequences, how the branches on a tree don't grow random, they grow in a very specific pattern and sequence of numbers that can be measured. Well, everything from the stars in the sky to the stripes on a zebra in Africa to the scales on the fish, none of those things are random. They're repeatable, measurable patterns through, again, what is called Fibonacci analysis. Well, one of the great things about the Forex market, as you're learning, may already know, the Forex market, as we know, moves in very specific wave patterns over and over and over again. And what we do here at MTI, one of the concepts that we love to teach, and we're considered to be, again, globally, probably the best in the world in the Forex market. And if you've ever traded a Fibonacci, when you see our concepts through our smart systems and how we've automated it, it's pretty incredible. But what we do is we use Fibonacci analysis. We break it down to math, one of the concepts we love to teach, because math doesn't lie. And what we do is we use Fibonacci retracements and extensions to help us measure where the energy in the market, where the history of the market, where it has been in the past to help us predict where it's going to move in the future, right? Does that make sense to everybody? So we use this energy to help us determine where these swings in momentum are going to take. And then what we do is we let our technology really take over and do all of this work for you. So let me show you what I mean. And we're going to apply this to live charts, and then we're going to see how our coaches and mentors work with our students and do this. So watch how this works. The Forex market loves to make what are called higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows and higher highs, and then it will reverse and make a lower low and a lower high and a lower low and a lower high, right? Okay. And we like to measure these patterns and measure these waves and measure these Fibonacci's through what are called these wave patterns, which we apply a concept called the ABCD pattern. And William went over some of this, A, B, C, D pattern, okay? So the way that we measure this out is we measure it by identifying the low and the high. Your low is always going to be your A. There's our A, right? Our B is always going to be our high. There's our A and there's our B. We've got what's called our C reversal or our C entry. And then we've got our D extension. So we got our D extension over here, A, B, C, and D. I'm going to draw a manual Fibonacci very quickly here from point A to point B, just like that. And I'm going to start to introduce technology here in a moment to take over. So we got the A, B, C, D pattern. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify 3 zones. And I'll make this real visual for you guys to follow along. Right here is our first zone. We're going to call this the red zone. Red zone, red, red. Our next zone below this, we're going to make this blue. Blue to blue right here. And then our next zone below this, we're going to shade this one in green to green. I found that this helps people understand this when you kind of see it visually with colors here. We're going to make this one right here green to green. So let's get this the proper color. So red, blue, and whoops. Let's do this again. We'll make this one right here green and green. So you should see 3 colors, red, blue, and green. Now what we're looking to do, and we're going to put this on some live charts in just a second here. We want the market to form a low, which is an A, move up and form our high at the B. We want the market to pull back, and we want the market to reverse. And we're looking for this reversal, this switch of energy, to trade this up and let the Fibonacci analysis tell us when to sell. Now, we'll use different types of analysis down here for good entry points. We're going to use our trend line breaks, our counter trend line breaks. We're going to use our candlestick formations. Don't worry about that right now. Smart Trader does all the work for you. Our technology does all the work for you. You're going to love it. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go use it, right? All I want you to understand for the purpose of this is the power of the ABCD pattern as it relates to Fibonacci analysis, how we buy and sell. So let's just say for an example, because when I start to show you the technology, you'll start to get this. So right here, that's the green zone. You can see we got a green line. That's the 1180. Now, if you can imagine that as an invisible line going all the way across the chart, if we buy down here in the green zone, we're going to target to trade to the green Fibonacci extension. That extension right there, green to green. Now, why do we sell at the green line? If we bought in the green zone, it's all math. What the system is telling us is based on the energy, based on the trends in the past. If we continue to hold on to this trade past that extension, the math, the numbers move against us, so we sell. Well, same holds true if we buy in the blue zone. We're going to target to trade to the blue Fibonacci extension. And if we buy anywhere in the red, we're going to target to trade to the 1618, so red to red. So we trade through the concept blue to blue, green to green, red to red. All right, so if we go over here and we look at some actual candles, we bring up some candles. We're going to identify this, and again, the times is the currency pair, doesn't matter. I just want you to see this visually. We're going to identify our low, which is our A, our B is our high over here, so we got an A and a B. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a manual Fibonacci from point A to point B, just like that, point A to point B. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify what's going on with this current currency pair. And the way that we do that is if we look over here, we can see that these candles over here are blue. We got back-to-back blue candles. Now, back-to-back blue candles tells us that over the last couple hours, the market has been trending down. The sellers are in control. We're trending down. The money, the energy is moving out of the currency pair. We got a downward trend. Now, we can really see that when I start to draw a trend line right here. And you can see that coming right on down through. And then you can see we're looking for a shift of trend. Do we get that in the next candle over here? No, we don't. We got a continued downward push in this right here. And then all of a sudden, what we're looking for is this change of trend. Well, if we look at the next candle, that's where we've had our switch of trend. That is where we've had our shift of momentum and energy. So the sellers were in control. We've broke through the trend line right here. And this is key. This trend line separates two important areas. Down here is the sell zone. Up here is the buy zone. We broke the trend. We've shifted up. And we're in the buy zone. Well, based on the color of zone that we're in, what color Fibonacci are we going to trade to? Type it in the question box, right? Yeah, we're going to trade red to red. We're in the red zone. Now, if we were in the blue, we'd trade to blue. If we were in the green, we'd trade to green. But we're in the red zone. We're going to target to trade to the red Fibonacci extension, red to red. Now, what's cool is if we know our target, we know our entry, right here, we can factor our opportunity. If we hit this, we're going to make about 80 pips, between 80 and 85 pips. So we're going to call that an 80 pip target. We got an 80 pip target. So if we hit that target, we're going to make 80 pips. Now, in a second here, I'm going to start to show you results that students are achieving. I mean, incredible results that are achieving. Last year was in our 25, soon to be 26-year history, the biggest year we've ever had. We broke all of our records. We're already setting out this year to be even bigger and better. You're going to see incredible results. Our students are not winning every trade. Nobody wins every trade. I hope you know that, even the best in the world. But that's okay. You don't have to win every trade in order to make a lot of money. And this is the big difference. You know, it's an amateur and a professional world in trading. You're either skilled or you're not. Because if you're not skilled, you're giving your money to those that are skilled. And we develop skilled traders through our education, number one, through our mentoring, and then the technology just aids everything along the way, right? And one of the techniques that we teach, and a huge component of our education, is proper equity management. It's a whole section. I'm going to go over how we cover that and how to manage your portfolios. And a lot of our systems will automate that, but we're going to teach basic stop loss orders, trailing stops. And if you're setting up a trailing stop in this example right here, if you're aggressive, it's going to be just below your entry, conservatively just below your A. In this example right here, it's about 20 pips. So we got about 20 pips of risk. Okay, so we're willing to risk 20 pips to profit 80 pips. Well, in this example, this trade continues to move up. We enter the trade, and it strikes the red Fibonacci extension right there, and we sell. So we'd be in and out in a total of about 3 hours. We struck that target, and in 3 hours, right, we hit our target. We made on a standard lot an $800 profit. But this is the best part about the Forex market. The Forex market continues to move in these wave-like patterns. And now you're going to have skill, you're going to have education, you're going to have mentoring to identify these patterns. And if you look right here, you can see there was the A, there was the B. We've broke out again. We got a brand new upward trend. So we've got a brand new A right here. There's our A, which means we got a brand new B right over here. We got an A and a B, just like that. Then we come over here and we can see, okay, we can see if I draw my Fibonacci manually, and again, we're going to start to introduce some technology here in a moment from point A to point B, just like that. You can see we got a brand new switch of trend. We got a brand new opportunity for the market to give us an opportunity to move up, pull back, break out. It's another red to red pattern. And you'll see a lot of these will move red to red, green to green, blue to blue, and then many times they'll move 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a row before the market shifts. And this is the types of opportunity you're looking for right here. And this opportunity moves right on up and strikes the target, and it strikes that target right there. And here we go again in these waves, and these waves will move up, and when the market's moving down. We're in this trade for about 13 hours. Made 109 pips, right? 109 pips. That's an opportunity for well over $1,000 of profit. Okay. Now, what I'm going to introduce you to now is part of the community that all of you will have an opportunity to access. This, to me, is something that I'm very proud of. Our students are part of the MTI family member of traders, and you're going to see students going on here posting incredible results. That's the thing, to me. If you're looking around, you're trying to decide how to improve your skill, what to do, learn this skill, who do I hang my hat with? Well, I would go, number one, with history and experience, and number two, I'd go with results. And we get the results. That's why we're around. That's why you're going to see students in here thanking coaches, thanking mentors, thanking individual people here at Market Traders Institute for achieving these results. Just like, Andre did in the last 24 hours, thanking Chris up over 300 pips. That's $3,000 in the Forex market. But I want to show you some of these throughout the last year, because this is the types of results we generated last year. And then I'll show you some more as we moved into the last couple of weeks. But Nick posts on here in December, he's made 263% in the last financial year, over 200% in the last 6 months, right? Well, those are the trades. Most of those trades were entered the first week of November, closed out 2 weeks before December. That's about 7,000 pips. That's $70,000, and it just keeps going on. Kathy in the market, that was in December, thanking the euro and the Great British Pound. Melvin, and brand new trader, making 1,300 pips. Valfa making 20,000 pips. 2,000 pips in December. That's $20,000 of profit. 1,400 pips by Tony. These are all directly off of our Facebook community, but this is a big reason why they do it. Our live sessions. See, what we do is, because we're all using the trading platform, we're all on Smart Trader, we share our trades. So when somebody like Tyson, who's one of our coaches, posts these trades and he pushes them out to over 500 students in one of our live sessions, and it moves 3,300 pips, that's a $33,000 profit. Trades given to students. That's how you get results. But again, it's not just one person. It's our team of people. Add in thanking one of our coaches, Tad, calls him Tad the man, Devan, because his name is Tad Devan. 1,100 pips, $11,000. Keith, 2,900 pips. And this to me just kind of sums up recently what we've been doing. Gary, 3,000 pips in 1 week. That's in the last couple weeks, my friends. Here is Tony. This was last Friday, posting I made 1,800 pips for the week right here. The week before, right here, how many pips has everybody made? 1,700 pips manual, 1,200 pips. Well, the best part about this is they're using world-class technology and coaching, the types of tools that are revolutionary in the business. And let me show you what I mean. This is our automated Smart Trader system right here. And this ability gives you the opportunity to zero in on trades that are moving and not have to manually do all the analysis. So imagine when you're in a live trading room When you've got this smart technology on all of your devices, all you have to do to zero in on some of these concepts is one click of the mouse. And we own the patent on this. If I come over here, and I brought up the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, this is a live chart. 1, 2, 3, click, boom. It does the entire ABCD process for us with one click of the mouse. And you can clearly see visually how these trades are moving in these waves. And we're starting to enter into the third wave right here. And as this continues to move up to strike this target, that's 129 pips. And that's not the only opportunity moving in these markets right now. This is a trade right here that we are looking at right now, the Great British Pound Australian dollar. This opportunity to hit the target, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth time in a row, right here is laying out an opportunity of over 1,000 pips right now. These are the types of trades that students use to generate these types of results. January to the end of June of last year, Eddie made $331,000 in the Forex market with Market Traders Institute. This is what we've been around for 25 years, is students getting these types of results, but most importantly, working with coaches, working with mentors. That's 7 hours ago, up about 400 pips. Again, and that's part of what we do. We like to be very transparent, show who we are, what we do, show the results, and give people an opportunity to do that. And what a lot of people want, though, is they want to learn this type of information and learn this skill, but ultimately what they're looking for is automation. You can take our technology a step further. We've built our own patent pending trading platform, number one, but number two, we've also built our own patent pending automated systems where you can have an opportunity, and I'm going to give all of you an opportunity to use this automated system for the next 60 days risk-free. This is what is called our 6-figure max. This is built right into this platform. I'm going to give you guys access to this today. And when you click this, what it does is it links up with your broker. You get a class that goes with this, you get a coach that goes with this, and it automates pips in these markets. And this system has automated opportunity in the last couple of days of over 600 pips and generating profits in these markets that are absolutely incredible. I'm talking about in the last couple of weeks, over 1,400 pips automated. So what I think that distinguishes opportunity as you're looking to grow your skill if you're already trading, or you're looking to learn this skill as something you want to do full-time, part-time, is it takes 3 processes. Number one, you got to have education. Number two, you got to have tools and technology. And number 3, you got to have mentoring and coaching in these markets. And those are the things that we've done throughout these years to build this organization up, to create these opportunities in these markets for our students around the world. What we're doing right now in these markets over the last few days, though, is we're zeroing on these opportunities that are moving. I showed this trade yesterday, this setup on the Swiss franc right here, the Japanese yen. We had this breakout of trend right here. You can see the trend line beautifully coming right down through here. We had the shift of energy in the market where we got an upside swing right here. And look at how beautifully that's targeting right towards this red extension right there. And this trade in the market moving as we speak, and based on everything you've learned up to this point, there's a very good likelihood that's going to target right on up and hit that extension again. This opportunity is waiting right now of about 389 pips. It's all right in front of you right now in these markets. The opportunity in the Forex market is incredible. We've been around these markets for 30 years. We focus on the Forex market exclusively. That's how students generate pips and profits in these markets like this. And then we have our live trading rooms. And I'm not sure you'll ever find, as long as you trade, somebody like a Chris Pulver that goes in the market, that builds out these trades, gives them to our students, and gets the results that our students get, that Tad Devan gets live in these markets. And it all starts with this, education. This is right here, our back office. When you log in with your user ID and password, you get full access to what we call our education online university. You got to build your foundation right here. This is all how to use a smart trader platform, how to open up workspaces. What is a Forex, Fibonacci retracements and extensions, consolidation, fundamental announcements. These are all individual lessons on all of these, and this is how you build your foundation to become a successful trader. And most all of these are hosted by our founder, Jared Martinez himself. So the way that we've built this organization, again, is on education, tools and technology, and mentoring and coaching. So I got a couple minutes here to share with you our program, how we do it, how you can experience who we are, go through our education, have a coach, have a mentor, use this technology, follow through this process, and go see how many pips and profits you can make in the next 60 days risk-free. So very quickly, our foundational system is called the Ultimate Traders Package on Demand. This is a world-class education technology mentoring system. Every one of our students have experienced this. I'm going to quickly go through everything that's included in here. We're going to break it into 5 phases. Phase number 1 is your live education. This is live education in the market. This is just the beginning of education. We go live in the market with our students around the world for 20 hours. Every new student goes through it. It's brilliant, it's interactive, it's fun, it's not boring, I will trust you that. And also on top of that, we record it, we archive it, so if you miss any of this, you have an opportunity to revisit anytime that you want as a student at Market Traders Institute. Now, your second benefit of becoming part of our organization is our online university. That's what I was just showing you a moment ago. We've got 12 interactive lessons broken there. This is, again, part of your foundation. We support continued education through here as well. This is a very important component of what we do because it's a learning process. You're always learning, improving, and sharpening your skills as a trader. This is how we continue to do that with our students. But what we do in this package too, we give full access to our trading platform. One of the other benefits of Smart Trader is we're connected around the world. See what I mean? If we come over here, let me show you what Smart Trader looks like on the homepage. You'll see on the homepage of Smart Trader over here an area that says ideas. When you click on ideas, what it does is it brings up our experts' workspaces. When one of our coaches or mentor creates a trade, all you have to do is pull it down from the cloud. It populates that trade in your charts, and you have full access to that chart and that trade. And all you have to do is follow it along and trade it right with our expert. But that is how we interact with our students around the world. This technology is available on all your iPhones, your Androids, your Macs, your PCs. You can take it with you anywhere you want to go. It's all dynamic, real-time information. Automation, we're going to cover that in a moment. But here, to me, this is the biggest thing. You have a coach who's assigned to you, whose sole purpose is to help you become a successful, skilled Forex trader as soon as possible. Their job is to get you to make as many pips as fast as possible. Then on top of that, in addition to your coach, we have daily live trading sessions. We are together every single day trading fundamental announcements around the world. That's how these individuals create these opportunities for our students. But even more important than that, we are live in the market around the world, around the clock. That's how we support our students on the other side of the earth. We're in the U.S. We're based out of Orlando, Florida. We've got clients in Africa, South Africa, to Australia, New Zealand, across Europe, across North America. We're live in the market through our analysts on demand 24 hours a day. But the best part of what we do is we have such a belief and conviction in how we do what we do in our process. And the process is not only education, but tools and technology and mentoring and coaching. We say to brand new students, listen, just come on board and give us your full attention. Give us 60 days. Work with us. Be a sponge. Have fun. Let's go see how many pips we can accumulate for you. And if in 60 days you want to get 100% of your investment back, we'll give you 100% of your investment back just for trying us out. And the reason why we can do that is we built a pretty specific formula that works, that gets results. So if you're looking for a skill, you're looking for coaching, mentoring, technology, you're in the right spot. Now, if you look at our flagship program, I'll tell you right now, we're not the cheapest and we're probably not the most expensive in the industry, but I will tell you, get what you pay for. The market value of this program, if we attached a number to it all, is well over $20,000. But for our technology, our education, our mentoring, that's nothing. For those results students are achieving, the cool part about it is, though, is you don't have to invest in that. We actually bundle it all together. You can go online anytime that you want. To our website, markettraders.com. Anytime you want to try our program out, work with us, we're here, we'll be here. Online, our retail pricing is $7,995 for full access to our program. But we've got an investor inspiration special going on today. And for all of you guys that come on today, for the first 20 of you guys today, we're going to give you entire access to this program. Everything 100% risk-free, money-back guarantee in writing. No worries, that's easy. We'll give you the entire system for one-time investment of $5,995. We're going to give you a $2,000 a discount right now. Okay, so if you'd like to learn about how you can get that, do that, type your telephone number in the question box. My staff will reach out to you. It's very simple. And as a bonus, I'm going to give you, we do have some monthly payments. We can break that up to. Just put your telephone number in the question box. I'm going to give you the fully automated system. This is a $4,000 system. Students around the world have paid thousands of dollars for this. I'm going to give you this as a bonus today. You can get this up and running. We'll get it right into there with you today so you can use this, have some fun with this. This is a game changer, my friend. When you've got automation that's generating pips and profits in these markets when you're sleeping, when you're working, that's life-changing. Now, there's two ways to invest in the program. You can do what's called an option A or B. Option A is for those of you you'd rather just pay for it all at once. Get a big discount, get the bonus, and if you want to get your money back in 60 days, great, get your investment back in 60 days. The other one is option B. If you'd like to learn about how you can break it up into some payments, maybe make a small down payment, small monthly payments. Either way, you get a 60-day in writing money back guarantee. But some of you might want to just start with a small down payment. Great. Talk to my staff. We'll figure out a way to get you started. If you really want to learn the skill, learn our approach, we'll figure out a way to get you on board. You got 60 days. We got 60 days to show you as many pips as possible, my friends. So really, we absorb all the risk, and either option A or B will give you the six-figure max as well. So again, it's all about results. I'm excited to have you guys all here with me today. The markets are moving. The opportunity is out there right now. Do me a favor, if you want to learn about how you can get an opportunity to get into either one of those with a 60-day 100% money back guarantee, just type in your telephone number in the question box, and once the investor inspiration webinar is over, one of my staff will reach out to you. I know you'll have questions. Answer all your questions. We'll get you taken care of. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day.